Each Formula One driver must have his own personal starting number, but have you ever wondered why Formula One drivers wear a certain number? All Formula One drivers have chosen a permanent starting number, which they must drive with throughout their Formula One careers. Only the world champion is allowed to change numbers, but who drives with which number? What is the story behind their choice, and what are the rules for this? Let's find out. But before we get into this video, if you are new here, please press the bell button to stay up to date so you don't miss out on any videos about Max Verstappen Formula One. In Formula One, all drivers use a permanent starting number. Since 2014, Formula One drivers have been driving with a fixed starting number instead of a number tied to their team's ranking in the past Constructors' Championship. This causes different opinions. Some like the old system better, others are happy that their merchandise will last longer numerically. In previous years, the starting numbers were handed out based on the final standings in the World Championship. Nonetheless, athletes can now pick their own number and use it for the rest of their career. Now, only the world champion for the new season is allowed to change starting numbers if he wants to. He is offered to replace the permanent number with a magic number 1. Many world champions choose to do so, but all other drivers must stick with their chosen number. But can drivers choose any number they want? No, they can't just pick any number. At first, you can't pick number 0. Drivers may choose from numbers 2 to 99, excluding number 17. Since 2015, Formula One is no longer allowed to start with a number 17. This is because Jules Bianchi was driving with this number at the time of his serious incident at Suzuka in 2014. Sadly, he later succumbed to his injuries from that crash. As a tribute, the Formula One organization decided to withdraw this starting number. So, what is the story behind the numbers that the drivers have chosen? Behind every specific starting number, there can be a pretty good story. For some, it's their lucky number, or they have special memories of the number, while others have no story behind it and just find a convenient number, or chose one because they had to choose something. Also, many drivers could not pick their first choice because it was already reserved, so they had to choose another one. Number 1 is a number that many drivers would like to ride with. But because this number is only for the world champion, not everyone will get a chance to ride with number 1. Did you know that during their driving days, Max's father-in-law, Nelson Piquet, and Formula One legend Niki Lauda both became world champions 3 times, and both drive with starting number 1 for 47 times. In addition, Michael Schumacher even completed no less than 120 races with the honourable number. As the reigning world champion, Max Verstappen also had the right to choose start number 1 in the 2022 Formula One season. Immediately after winning the championship in the sensational finale in Abu Dhabi, the Red Bull driver already announced that he will be changing his usual number 33. "I will indeed drive with number 1, he confirmed after the title win in conversation with motorsport.com. "You don't have the chance to do that. Maybe it's my only chance. I think it's a beautiful number. I'm definitely going to stick it on the car." Earlier, he let it be known that it's also interesting for marketing reasons because of the new merchandise line that can be developed. In the years before he became world champion, Max Verstappen drove in Formula One with start number 33. The story behind this choice is quite simple. In his youth, the Dutchman had the 3 as a lucky number. He wanted to use this in Formula One as well, but the number was already taken by Daniel Ricciardo. Verstappen then chose to use 33, for double luck, he said at the time with a wink. Verstappen also said he used to race around with number 33 as a kid. "I thought it would be fun to choose number 33 in Formula One as well," he explained on social media, accompanying a photo of an electric toy car he was driving around the family's yard, which featured the number 33. Besides that, he also drove with the 3 in his starting number at other times in his career. In the European Formula 3 Championship, the Dutchman raced as number 30, and on his debut for Toro Rosso, his car was provided with number 38. The start number 33 has also been used in his Twitter name and his own hashtag. Sebastian Vettel was the last driver to use starting number 1 in 2014. In the following years, the title went to Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg, but the 7-time Formula One champion Lewis Hamilton has always raced with start number 44, except for one free practice session of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. He has never changed that. The Briton drove his first kart races with number 44. At that time, the young Lewis did not know which race number to choose, so he just took the number from the license plate of his father's car, F44. With that number, he laid the foundation for his successful career and therefore wanted to use it in Formula One. But why, even in the years as world champion, did he stick to his old familiar 44? Lewis explained, 44 is a special number to me. Everyone on the team, especially my pit box, thinks of me when they are travelling and see a number 44 somewhere on a bus, on a flight, or on a seat. It has become part of their lives. That's great, because for me, it is too. Another driver with a story behind his number is Sergio Perez. He has given his Red Bull car the number 11. The origin is not found in motor racing, but in football. The Mexican is a big fan of Club America, and in particular of his former player, Ivan Zamorano. The Chilean played with number 11. Perez told, "I liked how Bam Bam played, how he scored. I became a fan of his and decided to race with that number. To this day, I've always used number 11 everywhere, right down to my email address." Besides that, it's nice that Max and Sergio as teammates both have numbers with the magic number 1s. Ferrari's Charles Leclerc uses starting number 16 as he was born on October 16th. The Monegasque preferred number 7, but it was already taken by Kimi Raikkonen. Pierre Gasly snatched Leclerc's second choice number 10, so the Ferrari driver chose number 16. McLaren Formula One driver Daniel Ricciardo also has a pretty good story behind his number 3. In his youth, the always smiling Australian was a big fan of American racing legend Dale Earnhardt, multiple NASCAR champion. The American, who passed away on February 18, 2001, drove with the start number 3 for a long time. As a tribute, Ricciardo chose that same number. After his victory in the 2021 Italian Grand Prix, Ricciardo was allowed a ride in his idol's NASCAR as a reward. Will Buxton told me at the end of the interview, and I immediately got goosebumps, Ricciardo said. His current teammate, Lando Norris, is driving with number 4. The Briton explained, "The story is that there's no story. I haven't used it in every racing class, but it goes well with the hashtag Lando, where the 4 is used as an A." Norris is a big fan of MotoGP legend Valentino Rossi and was considering using his number 46, but he said he didn't want to be a copycat and therefore chose the number 4. Furthermore, how long does a driver retain the right to a Formula One starting number? Did you know that a driver who leaves the sport can still invoke his old starting number for 2 years in case of a possible return? During this period, the number cannot be used by another driver. In the 3rd year, when a driver reappears on the grid from the start of the season, he will be given priority in the use of this number. For example, Fernando Alonso could return after his absence of 2 seasons and choose number 14 again. This is also the reason why Alexander Albon will drive number 23 again this year, and Kevin Magnussen will drive number 20. Alexander Albon has returned to Formula One this year after 1 season's absence. He has to stick with starting number 23, which he also used in the first phase of his Formula One career. In the world of sports, this is an iconic number. Basketball players LeBron James and Michael Jordan played with this back number, as did footballer David Beckham. When a driver returns after a longer absence, he must choose a starting number again. So what can you say? Did you know all this? If you were a Formula One driver and had to pick a start number, what number would you choose? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.